As promised, I am here to bring all of you the weekly anime review of Classroom Crisis. Yes, I'm officially back. I'm officially on time to give my weekly anime reviews of Classroom Crisis. And I'm glad I give this series another shot after witnessing what I saw in this episode. Like, that ending alone. Best moment of the episode. Oh, God. Oh, that was good ending. Good ending. Very good ending. Very good. So, Classroom Crisis is definitely heating up into something very good right now, because with the political matters going on with Nagisa and the corporation, different parties and stuff, it reminds me of Democrats and Republicans kind of wanting to kill each other. That's kind of what this episode reminded me of. I mean, how two different parties are getting ready for elections, or trying to get their own, I guess, power point to where they're going to get elected and make their own bills and policies take an effect. And the way this episode was done was very smart in some ways, because it really reminded me a lot of things that happen in real life with, politicians, of how they want to gain power for they can put in place their own policies and different things they want to do, instead of the other faction getting away with what they want to do. And that's kind of what is going on with this episode. So, with the ending, we kind of get the motive and what Nagisa is going to be doing from now on throughout this series. We come to find out many things. For one thing, Nagisa is now on A-Tech's side, which I think we all knew that was going to happen, but it is confirmed after this episode. Like, there's no denying it now. It is confirmed that Nagisa is on A-Tech's side and will be helping them out to be able to get their funds back where they can survive and get off this fucking life support. And so at the end of the episode, Nagisa kind of makes a declaration. He kind of finds out the big head honchos and what they're doing behind the scenes. He comes to find out that his brother that's been abusing him and then also put the scars on his back, punched him in the face in this episode, different things like that. The CEO and this director is also a part of this big corporate mind game politician power grab, to where Nagisa is going to now try to use this information he knows to take both of these two down, which I cannot wait for. Oh my god, that's going to be so good. Because, let's just think about this for a second. The way that was done at the end, with the motivation, to the tension, to their dialogue, to the way the atmosphere was, and it was just so good. It was a very well-executed part of this episode. I don't think any of us can really dismiss when it comes to one of the better episodes of Classroom Crisis. And definitely, when it comes to terms of the serious atmosphere that Classroom Crisis has done, this is one of the better episodes. Definitely. One of the better episodes of the series, which Classroom Crisis does have a good amount of solid episodes. But I mean, this is a very good one, because it has so many different points about this episode that are really setting up for that endgame of this season. Now, I'm curious, though, if this is going to be one season or 2 seasons. I wonder if they can wrap everything up in just one season. But enough about that. We'll get there when we get there. For instance, a couple episodes from now when we find out how it's going to end. Now, to see where in this episode we had a bunch of steps going on with so many different characters, main male character to the main female character to Nagisa, it's just so many things. It's definitely building up into something very nice that we can expect to have some good of aftermath in the future, in a couple of weeks from now, because this is the type of episode that makes me know, as a watcher of Classroom Crisis, that we should expect some very good fucking shit. And I think majority of us can agree. I think we're happy we continued watching this series. I know there was many in the comments a couple weeks back that said that, they might drop it as well, but then they urged me to continue watching it because it is getting better, and I think it kind of reminds me of Punchline, in a sense. Like, you remember in Punchline when I talked a couple of weeks back when I finished reviewing it, it's like a series that was very slow and kind of like meh for the first 5 episodes, and then after that, when it got to the 6th episode, it just blew out of the water, and you're like, holy shit, this looks fucking great, it's a great series, and the story picked up and became very good. Everybody started discussing that. I remember that, and I thought the exact same. That's kind of reminds me, not to that extreme, but it reminds me of Punchline in a certain sense, the way this series is being handled, especially with how these last couple episodes have been, especially with giving, these different foreshadowing plot points of the future of the series. So, animation department of Classroom Crisis, there was a lot of still frames I do want to mention, like the montage scene. That was definitely there, which was enjoyable, but it was definitely there for just to save budget. Clearly, that's what it was, because we're probably going to expect something very nice very soon, like maybe in next week's episode or episode after that, and most likely the reason why we had a montage for that type of scene with still frames and stuff was to save budget for those future episodes, which is understandable, because this isn't a big, massive company that's like a Photable or, Madhouse or stuff, or, Toei Animation that can, produce freaking Fate-Stay Night level quality every episode, so we shouldn't expect that. But there was some animation nerfs. I did see how the animation was used in this episode, that it looked like they were using still frames and the montage to be able to save money. And in terms of voice acting, I felt like Nagisa was definitely the winner of this week when it comes to voice acting for Classroom Crisis. When it came to that one scene at the end when he got punched him in his motivation, and then he's like, I'm gonna bring them down, definitely the best usage of dialogue I've seen, I think, in the past couple days. Yeah. I think the last time I saw dialogue that good this week was definitely from Charlotte, this past weekend. Charlotte was very, very good. And so I think the second place for this week is Classroom Crisis, especially for that ending segment. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. I mean, you all have a wonderful day, and how do you all feel about this week's episode? Please be safe. Chibi out.